Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a review on the Dyson Airwrap. I was so excited to finally get the Dyson Airwrap. So I did buy it during the Sephora VAB sale, so I did get 20% off of it, and I was so happy that I was able to just financially spend my money on that. But before I get into all that, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. And yeah, if you want to see my thoughts on the Dyson Airwrap, then just keep on watching. So as many of you know, the Dyson Airwrap is quite pricey. I believe the most inexpensive one is $499 or $500. But the one that I purchased was the $550 one. It is the complete styler, so it has all of the attachments. For those of you that don't know, Dyson is actually a manufacturer of vacuums. So they know their stuff. Apparently they spent years and years coming up with this technology that's in the Airwrap. It shows. Obviously it hurt my bank account quite a bit to make such a pricey purchase, but I'm just so glad that we were financially able to do this, and my husband got it for me as a little present. So I did try each of the attachments on camera so you guys can see, and when I'm talking about each of the attachments, I'll play the little video of me actually using it so you guys can see how my hair reacted to it. I do have short hair now. At the time I filmed this though, it was a little bit longer. I did recently get a haircut and it was also not as blonde, just so you know. My roots were growing out quite a bit and I just got my roots touched up, so I definitely have a lot of hair though. With a normal hair dryer like my regular Dyson, it'll take me 30 minutes, maybe even 45 to get my hair just dry. And I did find that the Dyson hair dryer, like the normal hair dryer, just did not really work for me personally. It did not make my hair any more smooth than my normal hair dryer. So I ended up just using my Revlon, I don't know exactly, but it's the one with the brush that I did in my hair care routine. I'll link my hair care routine right here so you can see the exact products that I use when I actually, before I wash my hair, while I'm washing my hair, and after I wash my hair. And then in that video, I was using the Revlon thing that I just talked about. I do want to do a video where I compare the similar attachment in the Airwrap to the Revlon brush. That's coming soon. And yeah, the Dyson Airwrap comes in this little case here. It's not closing all the way right now because I'm too lazy to make sure that it does close, to be honest. But yeah, it should be completely closed and it should like lock in place. But as far as like being travel size, this is definitely not something I would take with me. I would probably take one or two attachments depending on like what I was doing. This thing weighs a lot. It's really big and bulky, so definitely wouldn't take the whole thing unless I had to. I'm just gonna show you how it's all set up in here. So this is the wand right here, and these are all the attachments. I'm gonna talk about each attachment in detail, and then I'll play the clip as I'm talking about it so you can see how it looked on my hair. Again, I have a lot of hair. As I was saying before, I'm losing my train of thought, I'm sorry. But I do have a lot of hair, like a lot. It doesn't seem like it because it's short now, but honestly, I have a lot of hair. Like my hairdressers always take hours and hours on my hair. My hair is not so thick either. It's pretty thin actually, so I don't know, but I just have a lot of it. So my hair is pretty frizzy. So when I first get out of the shower, like you'll see in the clips, that's what my hair like looks like without any product on. If I didn't put product on and if I left my hair just blow dried without doing anything to it, I would look like a lion. My hair would be out here. It would look disgusting. I always have to do something with it. I always have to style it, either straighten it, curl it, do something. With the Airwrap though, I did use the Airwrap for these. This is what my hair looks like, and I did not use anything else. I did not use a curling iron, a flat iron, anything. So I think that it's worth it in the sense that I'm not putting heat damaging my already really damaged hair because I dye it. So yeah, this is the handle, and it does come with a really long cord, like a long cord. I don't know exactly how long it is, but it's pretty long. I just hate this big plug, but I'm sure it needs it, and I hate this too. Like all Dyson appliances apparently come with that. This is where you would put the attachment. Obviously you would attach it here, and the first one that you always use is the actual just blow dryer, the hair dryer, the normal one. And basically this ensures, actually this is backwards, this ensures that your hair gets dry enough. So the whole point of this is to style, it's not to blow dry. If you're like me and you have a lot of hair, you definitely need to use the normal hair dryer, the normal attachment, to just get your hair a little bit drier. I definitely get my roots really dry because these attachments won't get up to the root. But I also do a little bit of the rest of my hair. And you're gonna see that in each clip, that's what I do first. So I did that every time I used it. The first attachment I used is this, which is a curling attachment. This is the 1.2-inch barrel. This one uses the Kwanzaa effect to create voluminous curls or waves. It does give a tighter curl than the other one that I'm gonna show you in a second. But as you can see, when I first used it, one side of my head did not look great because it was the first time I ever used it, and the other side looked really good. And those curls they lasted me like 2 or 3 days. By the time I figured out what I was doing, it started looking really good. And the curls are tight. They're really nice curls. Like the curls, that's probably the attachment I would use the most, to be honest. The Kwanzaa effect is so cool. Like you don't have to like actually do the wrapping yourself. It does it for you, as you can see in the video. The hair just basically wraps around the barrel on its own, and it gives a nice tight curl. This is what I used to style my hair a couple of days ago, maybe 3 or 4 days ago, and as you can see, it's not curly anymore, but it's not frizzy, and I love that. Honestly, I don't have to restyle my hair every day. My hair looks okay like this. I really like that attachment, and I'll be honest with you, it's probably my favorite attachment out of all of them, and it was the first one I used. The next attachment is the 1.6-inch barrel, and this one gives more of a loose wave, and basically my hair looks like this right after I used it, like the way it looks right now, but you're gonna see right now. It also uses the Kwanzaa effect, so it wraps around on its own. And you'll see that the curls aren't as tight. They're a lot looser waves. Obviously the curls didn't last as long because they weren't as tight, so they got loose quick because they just were loose to begin with. This attachment I would probably use only on days where I felt like I wanted straight hair the next day, because it just really helps my hair stay like frizzless, I guess, like not frizzy. And I did like it, it's just not, it wasn't my favorite either. I did forget to mention in the first curling one that you do have to hit it with the cold shot at the end, like when you're done styling each section. So I took it section by section, like about a 1-inch section for each curling wand, and you dry it as much as possible. Like literally when you think it's dry, just go for a few more seconds and then hit it with the cold shot so it sets the style in place. I also forgot to talk about how I like to flat iron the bottom of my hair. I like more of a beachy wave, and those were giving me like curly Q curls, like especially the smaller wand. It just gave me these curly Qs that I really wanted to flatten out to make them look more beachy, more effortless. So that's really the only like heat that I was using, because the Kwanzaa effect allows you to use, yeah, there's heat like in the blow dryer in the Airwrap, but it's not like constant heat, and it's not as bad as a flat iron or curling wand, which I only had to do that the first day. After that, it just looked really good for the next few days. Both curling wands are really nice, but I did prefer the smaller one because it gave me the really tight curls at first, and then they kind of just like settled and they looked really good for a few days. The bigger curling wand was okay, but it really made my hair look straight like the next day, so it didn't last as long. The next attachment I used was the soft smoothing brush. Basically, this has the ball tip bristles, so it's softer on your, like it's more gentle, I guess, and it just gives you a nice straight frizzless hairstyle. You'll see when I use this brush that it did a great job, but I actually like didn't have patience for it because it would take forever to blow dry like one little section, and what I should have done was literally pass the Airwrap a little bit slower so it actually smoothed it down each time I went through a strand of hair, if that makes sense. And what I did was like I took a whole section of hair, like the entire left side basically. Even though I did separate the part, I just basically like didn't care what part of the part I was doing, so like I basically brushed through the entire side, and it ended up looking a little frizzier than I wanted. And I bet if I had just done it in a much slower fashion, that it would have worked a little bit better. That one's not my favorite. I would use it, but I did like the other brush better, which I'm about to tell you. The firm smoothing brush was a little bit better in my opinion, even though I have a very sensitive scalp. It didn't really bother me, but yeah, if you have a sensitive scalp, I would go with the softer one, but the firm one was the one that I liked better. It definitely did a great job of making my hair a lot more smooth, yet voluminous. It did a better job of blow drying quickly as well. Like I basically took section by section, but again, I also didn't have patience for it for some reason, because I just thought like, oh, this needs to get done faster. So I went really quick on each section of my hair. and it wasn't what I wanted it to be. So I gotta use both of those attachments again and just be more patient with it and just make sure that each strand gets dry. If I go slower, like I'll definitely be able to achieve that. My second favorite attachment is the round brush. This is such a great tool because it gives you the volume. It gave me the volume I was looking for, but it also didn't give me too much volume, if that makes sense. This definitely gives more volume than the flat brushes. This dried my hair so much faster than any other attachment, including the curling barrels, but it's because that it has so many little fine bristles right here. You can manipulate your hair in this attachment to take whatever shape you want, and that's what I really liked about it. With the other brushes, somehow the bottom of my hair ends up facing up, and I hate that. Like, I want it to face in, not out. But this was a really great attachment. I really like this attachment a lot. It definitely dried my hair really fast and it gave me volume, and I did not have to straighten my hair after using it, which is amazing. Something else I didn't mention about the normal attachment, like the normal blow dryer, is that, oh my gosh, it blow dries my hair so much faster than my regular Dyson hair dryer. Like, how? I think the actual body of the Airwrap is so powerful. It blow dries my hair so quickly. Like, I swear, the first time I used the Airwrap, it was really interesting because I felt like when I was using the first time again, so I was using the smaller barrels to create those tight curls, I thought that my hair was not wet enough because it had dried so quickly with the normal hair drying attachment. I think that's everything I have to say about the Dyson Airwrap. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer them. But I definitely highly recommend the Complete Styler because it gives you everything that you need to create any hairstyle. And honestly, for that price point, not having to use heat on my hair has been amazing, because my hair does not look as damaged even though I dye it at least once a month. I know that it's a big penny for a lot of people, but it's so worth it in my opinion for not having to use heat. I definitely want to film a lot more videos using this, like the comparison with the Revlon thing I was talking about, and maybe like an updated review in like a month's time when I've used it for a couple months and just kind of giving you my updated thoughts on it and stuff. Let me know what you'd like to see with the Dyson Airwrap. If there's any specific things you want me to do in a video, then let me know. And yeah, that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!